Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. I'm back here today. Happy Sunday as well to you all. Thank you for being here with me today. I decided to come on and do another video today. I wasn't sure if I was able to, but I am today, so I'm here. I hope everyone had a great weekend so far and that you all are doing well. The topic of discussion today is healing and paying it forward. A choice to heal. We all have a choice to heal or a choice not to heal. In any event, we have choices. We all have a choice in everything that we do in life. I have some notes here and outline so I don't forget everything that I want to discuss here today. But we all have choices in life. What we do with them is up to us. And I like to think of things when it comes to things that I need to do or, situations is I think of it as, you know, the old me when I think about being subservient. And, a lot of times in past videos, I talked about not just being subservient to other people, but I always thought that I can change people for the better. And no, I cannot. But the old Lisa that I was thought that I could. But we can't change people. People have to want to change. It's like beating a dead horse and expecting it to get up or to move. And it's just not the way things work. And I had to heal all of that and learn, no, I cannot. I'm not God and I only can do what I can do. But it takes a person's willingness and motivation and desire to change things for the better within their life. When you get to that point, then change will happen. It doesn't happen overnight, it happens slowly, but it will happen if you stay the course. Um, and I always, not always, but sometimes on this channel, I talk about an OPP, you know. An OPP, when I refer to that, is other people's problems. And I have learned, I'm still learning because I'm still on this journey to heal, is that not to make other people's problems my problems because people got stuff going on that I have nothing to do with. And, in the past, I've dealt with a lot of narcissistic relationships and stuff. And, they were always trying to do that. I would find myself in the middle of stuff that I had nothing to do with, didn't know what was going on, etc., and so forth. Today, I have laid all that stuff to rest because I cut off, block, and delete. Because when I see someone's on a path of destruction or path to destruction with toxicity and they refuse to change or to heal, but that's their choice, I leave people where they are and I stay on this path to healing because it's important to me to heal. Our mental and physical health is everything, people. Because if we don't have that, our physical and mental health, we can't do anything else. We can't give to anyone else. We can't do anything without that. So that should always be a priority. Never, ever allow anyone to make you feel guilty about that or to talk you out of self love and healing because we all have something to heal. You know, we live in a world that's spinning on negativity and toxicity and misery. And grief and pain due to loss. And that's what this channel is about to help people to understand that these things can be healed. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next week. It's going to happen one day at a time, one step at a time. Time and doing the work. And the work is hard. It's not easy. It's nothing easy about it because you have to look in the mirror and you have to look at everything. And you have to address the pain. For me, it started after my mom passed away, after I lost my dog, after losing 10 people during a shutdown. And a shutdown, I always talk about here because that's something we should never forget. Many people lost their life. I'm talking about thousands. And, we need to keep their memory alive because that's someone's passed over loved one that meant everything to them. And we need to keep their memory alive through storytelling, talk about what they brought to the table to your life to make your life better, all of these things. And I keep the memory alive of my mother. I talk about my dog, a friend that passed away. These people were important in my life, and the people that were also important in your life. It's important to keep their memory alive. They shouldn't be discarded just because they're no longer here in the flesh. You know, One thing that really irritates me is when someone said, "Oh, it's been 3 years ago or 4 years ago. You should be over it by now." No one should ever say that. It's a high level of disrespect and unconcern about your pain and grief. And that's something I address right away when a person says something like that. And if it continues, I just cut off, block, and delete. Because, like I said, healing is everything. Because if I don't heal the mental and physical, I can't do anything else. And it's important for us to stay in a place of healing so that we do feel better, we do better, we can take care of ourselves and our responsibilities. Because without it, we can't do anything. Um, Also, before I go any further, I always emphasize that I am not a therapist of any sort. I don't have a degree in therapy or social work or anything connected to that. I'm a person who's sharing my experiences here on YouTube with other people because there are people who are in places of grief, pain, isolation, depression, and some people might even be suicidal. And it's important to bring people out of that, to let them know that there is hope, a way out. It may not happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight, but there's a way to deal with all of this to bring them out of that deep depression. And one of the things I talk about is getting connected to a therapist in the state that you live in. Google a therapist, connect with them, and you don't have to share what you're doing with other people if you're not comfortable with doing so. But you can also connect with the therapist. You don't have to be in that office. You can connect. They do a lot of the sessions by Zoom now. And then connect to a grief bereavement group because there are people there who are going through what you're going through. And they may talk about some ways that they have gotten through it that's going to help you as well. It's so important that we stay on this path of healing and help other people to heal so that we all can get better, and never to be ashamed of it because we all have something, none of us are perfect. Um, when you make a vow to God, like I have, to stay on the path to healing, to help others to do the same, and then you have a few people who are still in that toxic energy trying to bring disruptions to my path and, trying to create illusions and lies and deceptions and whatever it is, it's all toxic. What I do with that, I don't tune into it. I don't focus on it. When I see this happening, I give it to God, pray about it, give it to God, and He will come through to rectify the matter. And the reason why I'm talking and to bring justice to it. And the reason why I'm talking about this, because I've had a situation where people, oh, she's pretending, she's doing this, blah, blah. No, I'm not. Everything I talk about on this channel is everything that I've gone through and the things that I've done to heal. All of this is real. It's real. This is not something to gain clout or any of that because I've never been that type of individual. It's real and I've gone through it and I'm still doing things to heal. Healing is an ongoing process. However, the difference is that I've made a vow to God to do this and to not only stay on a path to heal, but to pay it forward to help other people. And I'm doing that to the best of my ability. I'm not perfect with anything, people. I have faults just like everybody else. But when you make a vow to God about something, you're serious. That's very serious. And when someone wants to interfere with that and create disruptions, then I go into deep prayer with God and give it to Him. And believe me, He can do things better than any of us can. And then I leave it where it is. But I have witnessed God coming through and rectifying situations. And I just say, wow, wow. And you know it's God because He does something to show you that it's Him taking care of a situation. And that's the case because everything I do is to help. I'm not out there trying to kind somebody, trying to get over, trying to set somebody up for failure, or any of that. I'm on a path of healing and helping others to do the same. It is better to walk to not walk. It's better to work on healing toxicity because once you are determined to heal this pain and the grief and everything that comes with it, you start to, when you start to accomplish this, you start to feel better. And once you feel better, people, you do better. And once you do better and you self-love on yourself, you are a force to be reckoned with. When you take all of that energy of the toxicity and the setting people up, and you put all of that into yourself to work on you to heal the broken areas, you will be a force to reckon with instead of all that other stuff. Because toxicity is just going to attract more toxicity, and nobody wins in that case, in that situation. So it's always better to heal these areas. And I know it's not easy, but it can be done. It is better to heal and pay it forward to help others so that they can do the same. When everybody get on this bandwagon of healing and paying it forward and helping other people, then you can be a testimony to somebody else's life that's broken and abused. And you can tell them through your testimony what you did to help fix the broken areas in your life instead of, trying to ruin others with toxicity. You will also start to learn how to love on yourself, not to be in love with yourself, but to love on yourself and know that you're worth it. And when you start to get better and feel better, your physical and mental health, and you do better, you're going to want to help others to do the same so that they're not in that place of pain and brokenness and isolation. And as you help others, you feel better, you do better, and you heal those broken areas, while you're continuing to be on this path to heal. And one of the things that helped me more than anything is prayer, having that close relationship to God, praying to Him, asking Him to help me. And I act in accordance to the prayers that ask God while I'm praying to Him, anything I'm asking for to the best of my ability, I act in accordance to those prayers. And God does come through people, He does answer them. And that help me a lot with my grief and healing. And I still have those trigger moments from time to time. Like I said, Sunday nights is hard, but things get better and I find creative things to do to keep me busy mentally, so that I'm not in a place of grief and thinking about what was, and I talk about my mom, I talk about my dog, I talk about um, a friend who I was close to, who I lost, who was only like 2 years older than me. And, I keep their memories alive. Not yesterday, Friday when I was on here, I talked about a woman named Josephine Hill, who was like a grandmother to me when I was growing up, especially in my teen years, because I felt so weird and out of place in school with everything, you know. And she really helped me to understand little by little who I was, be a lady in everything you do. You don't have to act out a character and do the things you see other people just because I don't fit in. Be who you are, be your authentic self. It took me time to learn that. And even my English teacher wrote in my high school yearbook, never sell yourself short. And even though I didn't understand what that meant, it took all this time for me to really understand what that meant. Stop being subservient to others. Understand that I matter just as much as the next person, you know, and to pay it forward to help other people because people are hurting deep down in their spirit and soul. and they're starting to lose hope in situations. And just being on this channel to let people know that there is hope, there is a way out, and that it may take time, but as you persevere through the pain and all the BS that's going on, and you stay focused, and you're diligently staying focused, it will get better. It will take time, but I promise you it will get better as you stay on the path to healing. Never give up and never give in or lose hope. And don't tune in too much with the noise around you, because you can easily get distracted with the noise around you, the toxicity and things. What I do for myself, I remove as much of it as possible, and I don't look back. I just keep it moving, and when I feel, I have those days where I feel not so good, I go into prayer, ask God to lift me up. I listen to some music, do things that's going to lift up my spirit and mood. And that's so important. And and try to get something accomplished when you're in those days of depression. Even if you get one thing accomplished that day, pat yourself on the back. Be proud of yourself, and give yourself your flowers. Don't wait for somebody else to do it, and if people are not into that, if it's toxic, stay tuned into healing yourself. Stay focused on that. That's so important. And show up on this channel. Tell other people about the messages here about healing grief and pain. And subscribe to the channel. Have other people to subscribe and come on here as well. And this is a no judgment zone. This is to encourage and to uplift others always. And tell me what you want to hear. Tell me how your day is going in a comment category. Please leave comments as well. Thank you all for being here. This is Lisa, shedding love and light always to everyone. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I'll be back tomorrow with a new message. Thank you for being here, and have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.